Welcome to Chat with Pat, where stories rise, legacies ignite, and every voice matters. I am Patricia Peters, your legacy architect and global sisterhood curator. From the heart of Guyana to 26 years of grit and grace in New York, I've walked the path of reinvention, and now I hold space for yours. This is more than an interview. It's a soul-honoring conversation, a sacred pause to celebrate your journey, your culture, your calling. So if you've ever felt unseen, unheard, or unsure, lean in, because here we don't just talk, we transform, we build, we rise. Thank you for joining Chat with Pat. Let's create legacy one story at a time. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Patricia Peters, and I'm the host on Chat with Pat. I just tell you guys about myself. I'm not doing it again, guys. But listen, I have a gorgeous woman who I've looked at her page and she has turned my whole mind upside down. She is smart, she's beautiful, she's intelligent, and she is from the Caribbean like me. She is Trinidadian, I am Guyanese. She's curry chicken, I am chicken curry. All right. And tonight she's on Chat with Pat. I always see her making comments and stuff like that. I was like, who is Olympia Roach?
Roach. Yeah.
Roach. So we call her Pia.
Yes.
Yeah, so call her Pia Roach. And I was like, I gotta meet this lady. She seems very nice and intelligent. So I invited her to my page and here she is. So say good night to everyone.
Hi there, how are you? So nice to meet all of you guys. Thank you, Pat, for the invite. I have also been secretly stalking you. I'm just saying, because you are, just again, your presence, everything about you. It's a joy to be able to talk with you right now. So.
Oh. All right, guys. Now she's buttering me up. We're getting into the Caribbean twang now. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about her. From corporate grind to purposeful prosperity. After 15 years of navigating the high-stakes world of corporate planning, Pia Roach chose a different path. One that traded burnout for balance and hustle for harmony. Today, she's a transformational business mentor guiding aspiring digital entrepreneurs toward freedom, impact, and soulful success. Pia doesn't just teach strategy, she offers sanctuary. Through done-for-you systems, mentorship, and a thriving community, she simplifies the journey to success while amplifying what truly matters: peace, purpose, and legacy. Her philosophy is clear. Fulfillment isn't found in profit margins. It's measured in lives touched and alignment gained. Pia's mission is to help others design a life where prosperity meets purpose and success feels like coming home. So Pia, I want to say thank you for gracing my presence today. I'm honored to have you on Chat with Pat. Take it away. Tell me something about yourself.
Yes, I mean, again, thank you so much for having me. And I'd like to say, as you do too, I am a daughter, a sister, a niece, a cousin, a friend. And it has been joy. Many people might know I'm also an author. I started with all of this talking about gratitude. And so, it kind of fuels your day and enjoyment. And it's part of what helped me transition out of corporate planning into this opportunity. So, just a little bit of me. I wanted to stop trading time for money. I wanted to start putting my health first. And, when you're kind of like a sandwich kid, but you're not really, because I don't have kids, but you have raging parents, you really do start, as you should, thinking about what's next. And so this has been my great opportunity to find something that I can truly be aligned with, and find joy with, because you want your second, what you consider to be your second chapter, looking at a job,
Mm-hmm.
to be fun. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you have an opportunity to look at her Facebook page, please do. She is amazing. She is very talented. And if you want to have your stories be told in videos and fancy stuff, reach out to Pia. Pia, we're doing some marketing right here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All right. So, Pia,
Mhm.
without any further ado, I'll go right into the questions. So, how was the weather? Is it cold today in Queens? Oh, no, in your area, Poughkeepsie
New
area.
York, upstate New York, it was a kind of little chilly. It was a little chilly, I gotta say. But it warmed up in the afternoon, so it's been
Pia,
good.
how about we reach up? You live like 2 hours away from me.
I think so. Yeah. I'm in Dover, so yeah.
Yes. So, how
Hmm.
would we reach up sometime and grab lunch on the highway?
We should. We definitely will. Halfway between, yes, we could do
Yes, we
that.
can do
At
that,
an
right?
apple orchard, maybe,
Yeah,
or
we have to.
something.
Yeah, we have to coordinate that. Yeah,
Yes.
I would love to meet with you. We can do a video or something. Hey
Yes.
guys, we're back, and that's when you meet with your Caribbean people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel
Mm-hmm.
right at home. You feel comfortable with each other, and you feel your own self.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm so happy you're here. So here's the first question.
Sure.
What's one system, tool, or automation we can implement this week to double our efficiency or income?
Yeah, I think for me, like you said, I think if you do go, I humbly say, when you go to my page, right, you'll find a whole lot of content, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's one of the things, and I have to kind of double back when you're in a corporate life, you are the system, right? So
Yeah.
I was always one, I was, relied upon, of course. And I think I was reliable, yes. Um, in this digital business, I realized that automation, of course, is the key to freedom, because I was tied to the spreadsheet, the Excel sheet, the Word document, the micro strategies,
Mm-hmm.
but I was all in there creating a system to help make it easy for when we came in on Fire Drill Mondays to be able to react quickly to the business. That's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing here, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
automation.
Right.
In this case, for us, automation, one tool um, could very well be your content, your content scheduler. If you have that running, it'll free up your time, right? You can schedule content 30 days, 90 days, 120 days out, however long you want, but it frees you up to then think about, in that moment, what am I doing? How can I, you know oh, there was just a full moon, super moon out there.
Right.
It allows you, just because you already have that content out there, doesn't mean that you're not now free with your time to really enjoy the things that you want to do. And that's what systems is going to do for you. It's going to free
Mhm.
you up,
Right.
to be able to use your time the way you want, to be able to use it. So a content calendar, like I said, it's going to be, it could seem like an arduous task, but it
Mhm.
will change that task and help you become more
Efficient
natural.
in the
It,
business. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It'll be a more natural thing. The ideas will always be flowing. You won't feel as intimidated. You'll then scroll through other people's Instagram pages,
Hmm.
and be like, oh, I think I can do that, because it
Yeah.
frees you up. And not to go scrolling, but to be more intentional about how you're going to change your things. So that's
Hmm.
one tool. I mean, and there's so many AI tools out there that will help you. Chat GPT is a perfect one. Once
Hmm.
you once you give it your website, you can tell
Hmm.
it to schedule me my posts. It will actually schedule your posts in your in your
Hmm.
meta suites. Um, but that's what you have to do. I mean, I don't know if you found the same, efficiency. And once you have that in place, that tool, it builds consistency, and consistency is the thing that's going to build the confidence and the legacy. And I don't know if you experienced that same thing as well. you know?
Yeah. Yep. She talked about consistency and the whole 9 yards of all the things that we need to do in this business to make it better for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I follow a CIC process. CIC process.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up with clarity in the morning. I follow through with intentions, and I do it consistently every day.
Yeah.
So with that question, I think we can implement a pre-recorded onboarding ritual,
Yeah.
right? Like a soulful welcome video paired with an automated email sequence that honors each new team member's heritage,
Absolutely.
journey, and purpose. I think we can
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Yeah, yeah.
The system saves time, deepens connection, and sets the tone for legacy from day one. Speed meets soul, and
Yeah.
that's how we scale with reverence in this business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's now doing business online is so much easier because we have so many tools to use.
Yes.
And everything is set up for us in this business. You don't have to fret and kill yourself for anything. It's everything is at your fingertips. You
Absolutely.
agree with me, right, Pia?
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much available to us that they make available to us. But again, at the end of the day, it's up to you to take
Mhm.
that next step. And,
Right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you guys need help, and I know Pia is a business partner, but I've seen her work and I need help from her. She's amazing. I'm looking at her canvas post, and my eyes are popping. I was like, oh my God, this woman is amazing. Wow. So if you guys need help to do your video, at least you got to pay her for it. But hey, reach out to
I'm game. I'm game.
her. So your next question is, how can we turn our personal stories into a movement that attracts, convert, and empowers others? I've been telling my story for a hundred and how many days now? For a
Yeah.
year now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's simple. You have to understand your why, right?
Mhm,
That's the
mhm,
missing. Are you missing family moments? Is it burnout? Are what's your turning point that pushed you to try to redesign your life? I
mm,
mean, and what that situation looks like to you. I mean, it should always be tied to, how am I going to make a change? Because, and how am I going to be the change that I want to see?
right.
And I just want to, I want to stop living. Maybe you want to stop living from paycheck to paycheck.
Mm,
And maybe because you said to yourself, okay, I'm going to make this change to be better, maybe to travel more, to spend more time with family. And yet here it is, less than 90 days before the end of the year.
mhm.
And you find yourself not having made those change that you said that you were going to do, make
At the
you
beginning
better
of the
for,
year.
right? At the beginning of the year. So
Yeah.
now, again, you're coming back, you have to understand your why. And we all have those stories. It's we're all connected. So we all have those stories. We're all going through maybe that type of struggle. And
Mhm,
yet there are some that seem to be succeeding more than others.
mm,
The ones who decide just to make that change and and they're the ones, taking that bold step, that bold move. So
mhm.
if you've always decided and said to yourself, oh, I want to do a digital business. Oh, I'm kind of curious. What do they do online? But just sit back and scroll and hit left,
Mm,
and be like, but let me move on to something else. I mean, unfortunately, it will have to be that you get so uncomfortable where you are that you cannot sit still. It's like the pressure is that's unfortunately what makes you move.
yes.
Because it's so hard and heavy on you that you can't help but change, because otherwise you're going to find yourself in an unfortunate, like Rosa said, a winter season that you did not
You listen
expect.
to her. Yeah.
Yes, that you did not expect. And
Mm,
so even with all of that, as we're doing this, you have to be authentic, right?
mhm,
Because that's the only way. And we're showing that's what we're in, attraction marketing. People,
mhm,
you have to be authentic so people can see themselves in the lives that you're leading right now,
mm,
to want to be able to make that change.
mm,
They recognize that you've been through that situation. So, they feel like they can do it too.
mm.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start. You have to start. You have to be real. And we have to know that our efforts are meant just to be a mirror. We're out here. Listen, I didn't think I would ever be on Facebook and social media. That's the reason,
Either.
but it has to be a mirror so others can see what's possible if they tried, right?
Mhm,
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
mhm.
If it was, what moves and attracts, you have to be, put yourself out there and authentic and vulnerable to
Yeah.
share that
Yeah.
other people can see the journey that you're taking.
I couldn't put it any better, Pia. You did an amazing job answering that question. How can we turn our personal stories into a movement that attracts,
Yeah.
converts, and empowers others? For me,
Mm-hmm.
by weaving our testimonies into every touch point,
Yes.
ads, lives, captions, and call to action.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
Mm-hmm.
story isn't just a content, it's a
Yeah.
compass.
Yeah.
When I share how I rose from survival to sovereignty, I'm not just marketing, I'm mentioning,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm mentioning that I am mentoring. Our stories magnetize the women
Yes.
who need to hear it. You're not alone and you're not too late. There's
Yes.
room for more, guys. There's room for more in this business. So don't say, let them do what they're doing. I'm okay. Listen,
Yeah.
you're not okay because you're just comfortable. And when you're comfortable, growth doesn't happen, as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get uncomfortable. You got to make a song like that, Pia.
Yeah.
You'll sing the song, I'll rap, or I'll sing the song and you'll rap.
Listen, I know you did a great song. You had a really good song that you created. I think you need to share that too.
Oh my God, yes. I did a song, Building Legacy, and I did a one with Chat with Pat. Like
Hmm.
yes. And I just need to bring it into this platform.
Yes.
Yeah, so guys, you listen to her, if you are a Trinidadian or from the Caribbean,
Hmm.
I'm a Guyanese. She's Trinidadian. We're doing this business. We realize that nothing in life is guaranteed.
Hmm.
We think outside of the box and we're here. You too can do the same,
Of course. Yeah.
right? All right. Your third question is, what's one belief or mindset shift that we need to adopt to scale faster and serve deeper? I give
Um,
you tough questions because I know you can answer them.
oh no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, for me, again, coming out of corporate, you made one mistake. Nobody trusted you. They didn't trust your work because it, you had millions of dollars behind that, right? Even in the
Right.
banking industry, as you said, you have millions. So I think we have to release control and the idea of control and perfectionism, because you don't control anything, right?
Mm,
At the end of the
mhm,
day, but you can guide what you do, how you react to certain things, how you, I think, it's all about mindset, right? And
yeah,
mindset is the foundation for whatever success we're going to be doing, especially in this entrepreneur business.
right.
It's realizing that success doesn't come from knowing everything, but it comes from being willing to learn, right? And to
Mm,
lead. Because, as you learn, hopefully you're in a service mindset as well, that you want to share your information with others. And so for years, I believed, I needed to have more time, more knowledge, more confidence.
mhm.
But it was already within me. And I'm obviously, we will wrestle with this every time, all day, every day. There are people wrestling with this. Otherwise, no
Mhm.
need for psychiatrists. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Um,
right.
yeah, I mean, but truth is, clarity comes from taking that action, taking that next step. And you don't need to have the whole staircase in order to take that first step. You just need to take a step,
Yeah.
right? You just need to step off in faith and in that direction that I think scaling, or for that, like I said, that mindset, it starts in the mind. The
Mm,
more you believe you're capable of the impact
mhm.
that we need to achieve, the more the opportunities, because you want to be in alignment. That's the belief. It's
Yes.
like, it truly is like opposites attract. So,
Mhm.
but with the mindset shift, you always have to back it up with action. No matter, oh, I can believe it, but if I don't act on it,
Yeah, it doesn't make
momentum,
sense. Yeah.
yeah, momentum will be that thing that will scale everything faster. If you keep doing those actions every day, it's like habits. It's a habit. It's a
Mhm.
habit that drives us, and that's what it is.
I know, guys. I told you she's smart. Yeah, she's bold, brave, and beautiful. All right. So you heard her, right? What's one belief or mindset shift that we need to adopt? For me,
Hmm.
we must shift from I hope they join
Yeah.
to I know they're waiting to join. Our audience isn't passive. They're
Hmm.
praying for a leader who sees
Hmm.
them. There are many people out there who are hungry. They're hungry for something more.
Hmm.
They want to do something more. And sometimes we just pass them by.
Yeah.
When we believe we're the answer to someone's hesitation, that's when action happens.
Hmm.
We show up differently, boldly, like Pia, consistently, and that's when legacy becomes inevitable, right? So
Yeah.
we need to be consistent. I need to be on social media every day. So you keep seeing me to remind you that you need to come too, right? So, and that's what we
Hmm.
need. We need consistency. We need to be different than others, but we need to have a message. The way we carry
Yeah.
ourselves, the way we live our lives, and then we can grab people like that. We can win people like that, right? To come
Absolutely.
join this
Yeah.
business. They see the way
Hmm.
we live and how we portray our lifestyle. That will encourage them.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, you have two Korean women here setting an example with wide arms open. We're inviting you for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Don't make me scream and quarrel now. All right. Your next question is if our business was a movement with a rally
Hmm.
cry, what would be where did Pia go? What would it what would it be and who would be calling into action?
Yeah. I would say, as my website says, earn on your terms, right? It's big and
You heard
bold
it,
there.
Pia?
Earn on your. Mhm. Yeah, I'm here.
Pia's internet is
Oh no. Can you hear me? Am I here?
yeah. You heard the
Yes.
question, right?
I heard the question.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would say it's earn on your terms, right? Because
Yes, Pia.
life should be built on your dreams,
Yeah.
not someone else's. So for too long, I think
Mm-hmm.
many of us have been told, that story of what success looks like, right? It's a title, it's a paycheck, it's a packed calendar. We chase someone else's version of happiness, only to
Mm-hmm.
realize we feel empty and exhausted because again,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we're not aligned. We got into this job because somebody said, oh, we stayed in a job too long when we know we probably should have left. And the truth is, that was probably for me. You were never meant to fit in a system that doesn't honor your values. Because if you're not aligned with it, like I said, I always wanted to be an engineer, right? You're meant to create on your own. And for me, I studied everything in
Mm,
school except and went
mm,
into a career that, mm, that wasn't. But I enjoyed it for so long. It opened up a whole world for me. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's where I was meant to be, right? So I think for me, the rallying cry is to come back, earn on your terms. So you don't
mm-hmm.
have to design a life that you need a vacation from. I like that slogan, because at the end of the day, whether or not you're a dreamer, you're a parent who wants to be present, a professional who's tired of being burnt out, and running on autopilot, you want to, instead of clocking out of your life, in and out, you want to be more present. If it's wealth, freedom, or whatever you're going after, you still need money. Does make the world go around, but at the end of the day, it only amplifies who you want to be, right? So it's success. Success isn't just about numbers.
Yeah.
For me, it's peace. I want that peace of mind that I could do anything I want to do and I don't have to worry about the finance. That's where I need to be. That's where I want to be. It's all about that fulfillment. It's about designing a life, like I said, I don't need a vacation from. One that because I've chosen it
Mm-hmm.
and I'm aligned with it. It's because
Right.
I chose it. Yeah. Yes, Pat. So
Mm.
that's my
Beautiful,
rallying
beautiful.
cry.
Our rally cry. Yeah,
Hmm.
your rally cry, as Peter mentioned, all of the good things, right? For me, from survival to sovereignty.
Yeah.
My story is my tragedy, right? My why. That's my story. And we're calling
Mhm.
in mothers, fathers, mentors,
Yeah.
multicultural leaders from all over the world who has been
Mhm.
silenced by doubt, fear, duty, and or traditions, right? Women who are ready to rise, lead, and monetize this their mission with reverence and fire. Guys, you need to do something for you.
Yep.
You need to step out of your comfort zone, and you need to step into an uncomfortable situation that will lead you to a path of your destination.
Yep.
And that's where you're going to build a legacy. Listen, I spent 26 years in the corporate world. Pia spent 15 years in the corporate. What did it get you, Pia? Did you get a retirement? Did you get a pension from it?
I think I have a pension at somewhere at Macy's, maybe, but beyond that, no.
Right? It leaves you with nothing.
Yeah.
This business will gives you a legacy, something
Mhm.
to leave for your family and your loved ones.
Absolutely.
Plus, you have an opportunity to have an impact on others around the world to
Mhm.
make their lives better. Because you don't want to grab all the good things by yourself, right? So that's my take on it. The
Yep.
final question is, what's
Mhm.
one story from your life that we haven't leveraged yet, but could become a signature message or offer?
Oh, Pat. I mean, for me, it was rediscovering, I think, my voice, finding resilience in the uncertainty that had been going around with me, and turning pain into something that could be purposeful. I
Mm,
think, one story I haven't fully shared is how long I've lived with, silence of my own intuition, for the sake of stability, right? We don't
mm.
say nothing, and nothing changed, right? So,
Yeah.
for years I felt that nudge to pivot, but I ignored
Mhm.
it because I was afraid of starting over. Because when you start over, when you've been in something forever and you're like, you're starting over, it's like, oh my God, it's the scariest thing. Um,
Mhm.
but what I also felt was my own self-doubt, in the back of my mind.
Mhm.
I didn't want to acknowledge that self-doubt, because the minute you start with all those negative thoughts, I mean, it
Mhm.
feels like your world goes topsy-turvy. But
Right.
I didn't really, and I'd never really used the term, honestly, for all of us,
Mhm.
it'd be okay to be aware. It's natural to feel a little bit of fear, right?
Mm.
And
Yep.
self-doubt. Yeah, as you're going into that entrepreneurial mindset, because unless you are choosing it as well, you've always, as an employee, right? You're building again somebody else's dream. But when you come to that entrepreneurial mindset, it's, what do I got to do? What I got to do to make the next, the next big thing, the money?
Mhm. Mhm.
Did I schedule this content on time? Or,
Mhm.
did it, what is payroll? In not this case, payroll, but what do my expenses look like? You have a totally different mindset.
Right.
It's not that you
Become
didn't
more
exist with
responsible
it.
for yourself.
Exactly. More responsible. If you don't do it for you, nobody else will, you
Mhm.
know but it's to realize that you've always had that mindset too. It's
Mhm.
just you're channeling it in a different way. Maybe it's how you take care of your kids, you're scheduling your lives, how you taking care of your parents and everything. So it may feel like to you something foreign when you say, oh, let me go do a business, but it's just a different way of thinking. You're already doing it. You take charge of your things every day. You just don't know how to apply it to something else that you've never done. And
Mm.
so, I'm learning new things. I'm rediscovering new skills, opportunities. We have a great community of people who
Mhm.
are there to lift you up like you are, to tell you when you're going wrong, to tell you when you haven't done something. So I'm finding more alignment. And that's why, my message now is, don't wait until, the pain of staying the same outweighs the fear, of change.
Wow.
Um, I know that sounds like a tongue twister, but you can't stay the same and still, expect
Mhm.
to change.
Right.
Something has to change, and so for that story, the moment of, I think for me, listen to my own voice became more of my mission, that I want to continue um to 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 go along on that journey, to explore more, to help others trust themselves enough to build a life that reflects who they truly are. That's really what I want to,
And that's a
um,
beautiful thing, Pia. And you're
mm.
on your way, girl. You're on your way. I can feel it. I can smell it.
Oh,
I can taste the legacy coming. You
hmm,
know, the moment I transitioned from nanny, when I came to America, I became a nanny. I was a teacher back home. From nanny to
hmm,
banker, personal banker, relationship banker, trainer to digital entrepreneur.
yeah,
That pivots hold power. It's proof. I did all of those jobs before, and I never found my niche. I never found myself. I didn't know who I
hmm,
really was, because
hmm,
I was building for people and doing for people, and
yeah,
do this path and complete that path, and take care of this path. And I was never my own personality. I was never my own self. It's proof that legacy isn't about where you start.
hmm,
That's it. It's about how you rise. And
right,
I felt I'm heavy, but I am rising, guys.
yeah,
I rise in this business. And that story could become a signature workshop for masterclass.
hmm,
Caregiver to CEO, building legacy with what you already carry.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So we're all in this business because we have a story, and we're
hmm,
all taking this journey differently. Pia's journey is different than mine, right?
hmm,
But our destination is the same. We're heading for legacy,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And we're all different, and we have different stories, and we have different journeys, but our one point that we're all going to reach up is our destinations. Retire in this business within a year or two,
yeah, exactly.
right? So Pia, you've done awesome. I really love all of your answers tonight, and I
Hmm.
want to give you, because you did all of this, I want to give you a bonus question. If you were given a chance to
Yeah.
have a dinner date with someone famous, maybe they're in this
Mm,
business, or maybe, generally speaking,
hmm.
who would it be and why?
Um, it probably of late, in the
Mhm.
last couple of the last year or so, I want to say actually Sage Robbins, because she does UHPW. She's Tony Robbins' wife.
Okay.
Um, she and I didn't just pull that out because it's like, but the manner in which she lifts women up, you know,
Ah,
to be able to pick her brain
mm,
about just being a service leader,
right.
honestly,
Mhm.
it would be, yeah, I would love to, to find out, how she maintains that cool, calm, and collected. I know she does a lot of meditation. I've never really done meditation, honestly. Um,
Me either.
but but again, it's to see where you are leading so many women, and
Mhm,
I'm sure they have their bad days, but it's to
mhm,
find out how they pick themselves up, right? Because
mhm.
there's more good than bad,
Yeah, yeah. The
right?
good outweighs the bad.
And there's more good than bad, and it's again, it's just to know, keep going forward. That's your momentum. Keep going forward. Every woman deserves to be in a position where they can support themselves.
Mhm.
um, that's,
Agreed.
because you carry so much for other people. You're always the caregiver.
Yes.
What are you doing for yourselves, for
Mhm.
yourself personally? What kind of self-care are you giving to yourself,
Mm.
to be able to move on? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Honestly, you can't.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who would you go on a date with?
Oh, geez, reverse psychology right here.
Yeah.
So, who would I go on a dinner date?
Yes.
I want to go on a dinner date with my mom and dad and four brothers for one time
Mm,
before they go.
mm-hmm,
One time, like I want a dinner with my four brothers, myself, and my parents.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
One time, because
Yeah.
we've all grown so big and have our own family and have our own
Mm-hmm,
lives that we don't
mm-hmm.
have that time to have a dinner date anymore.
Yeah.
So I need that one last time.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate that. You
Yeah.
know, my father passed away, about 2 years ago. And so for me, it's almost like, I always remember home cooking, right? He was the one who
Oh,
cooked in the kitchen. And
mm,
I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie. So I can appreciate that with
right,
your
right.
family.
Yeah, so my mom is 80 and dad is 81.
Yeah.
Dad has been in hospice since 29th of January
Oh, so
at
sorry.
home. Yeah.
Mhm.
And two of my brothers are in Queens, New York, Rockaway,
Mhm.
and two of them are here.
Yes.
So it'll be really nice
To get
to
you all
have
together.
everybody at one
Hmm.
place, you know?
Hmm.
That'll be my heart's desire.
Fire.
So, Pia, you did awesome. I can't tell you how awesome you did tonight, how great you were. And I always let my guests extend
Mhm.
an invitation to all the women and men out there who are looking at us, the fence sitters who wanted to do something, but they have skepticism in their heart, they have fear and doubt and everything in between. Can you extend an invitation to your platform and my platform to the folks out there?
Of course, yes. I mean, the biggest thing is because we're on a platform, we're easily accessible to answer any of your questions. So whether or not you feel as though you have a doubt, oh, should I really be
Mhm.
doing this, or can I not, how can I really achieve? Again, nothing changes if you don't take that step. You
That's
can
right.
see us and just like I said, oh, okay, let's me flip up and down. But
Mhm.
if you have a burning desire to change because you want to see more for your family, because you want, a different life, because you want to travel, because you want to stay home with your kids, it's a perfect opportunity to explore more a community that is supportive, that offers one-on-one mentorship, that offers, weekly touch bases, that gives you that beginning guidance and support to start your own digital online business. And if at the end of the day, it's not for you, it's not for you. But at least you walking away with the information
Yeah.
that you can, make and move forward. So you lose nothing. At the end of the day, you lose nothing. And if anything, you're just being a little bit wiser about your next options that you do, decide to go into. And so, like I said, it's you. I only say, I wish, and I'm sure Pat will say too, I wish
Mhm.
you'd found this sooner,
Oh, yes, absolutely.
right?
Yeah. When the woman prior to you came in
Yeah.
and Rosa, and she said she started this business 2020, I was like, I could have started this business 2020. I could have retired by now.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Mm-hmm.
never seen this business, never heard about it.
Because I wasn't on social media, so I for sure did hear about it.
Exactly. And so was I. I was there, but not there,
Yes.
just had
Mm-hmm.
the stuff, but not like I had a broad horizon of what's going on social
Yes.
media. But
Yes.
guys, I too would like to join with Pia tonight to extend an invitation and say, come just as you are. With
Yes.
wide open arms, we would love to be your mentors. Look how smart she is. Look how pretty I am. Just kidding. Right? Don't you want mentors like us?
Mm-hmm.
We're from the Caribbean. We're
Yeah.
Americans.
Yes.
We are bold, brave, and beautiful. So take one step with us forward. And we're invited. You don't have to have any experience. You don't have to sell anything. All you need to do, start. And when you start, you're halfway there.
Yes.
That's the hardest part. And everything takes time, right? Why not be like the water? No matter what comes your way, keep flowing,
Keep going.
right? Keep going. The hurdles,
Dancing the rain.
obstacles, all,
Mm-hmm.
all, all the temptations, and all
Yes.
the difficult times. Be like water. You're going to the valley, right?
Mhm.
From the streams to the valley or opposite, wherever they're going.
Yes.
Yes, be water. Be strong, be bold, and full of determination,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Couldn't
That
said it better.
I want people like Pia to join this business. I want people like me to join this business. So if I can duplicate you guys to become us, that'd be awesome. So
Absolutely.
with that being said, Pia, any last word?
No, like I said, like you said, just be a go-getter, be coachable, be
Mhm.
willing to listen to some information to take that next step forward. And
Mhm.
again, like I said, if it's for you, it's for you. At least
Yeah.
you know,
But my
and
advice to you, if you have
mhm,
never done anything for you, do this for you.
yeah.
Because I did it for me with no permission asked. I didn't ask anybody. I
Hmm.
just did it. And lo and behold, I found myself.
Hmm.
I
It's
found
great to have a plan B, because like you said, you
yeah.
started it a week before. Who knew?
Mhm. Yes. So, with that being said, I always like to close my show by saying if you look around and you find that there are no good human beings in the world, please be the first one to be kind, caring, and loving. And everybody, good night in New York. Yes, upstate New York. We're upstate girls.
Whoopsie.
Massive thank you to my phenomenal guests and to every one of you who showed up, leaned in, and listened with heart. This wasn't just a conversation, it was a legacy movement. I hope something said today stirs your spirit, sparks your next move, and reminds you that your story matters. Let's keep building, keep rising, and keep leaving footprints that generations will follow. Until next time, stay rooted, stay radiant, and stay ready. Your host, Patricia